Did you know that Jeff Bezos would have to spend about $1,160,000,000 yearly for 100 years before he'd go broke? Crazy, right? No wonder he can afford to buy not one, but two luxury private jets and sprawling mansions all over the United States. In this video, we'll give you all the juicy details about the billionaire lifestyle of Jeff Bezos and how he spends his fortune on the streets. Before we begin, click on the subscribe button to get more exciting content from High Luxury. Officially known as Jeffrey Preston Bezos, Jeff Bezos was born on January 12, 1964, in Albuquerque, US, to 17 and 18-year-old parents who did not have so much going for them. He attended Princeton University, where he graduated as a computer scientist with a grade of 4.0. As a teenager, Bezos worked in a restaurant as a cook, earning less than $3 per hour. He started working at Fittel, an international trade startup, when he graduated. While working for a quantitative hedge fund in New York, he came across statistics about the growth of web usage. That piqued his interest, and he decided to add value to the web by growing an online bookstore. Starting from a one-bedroom apartment in 1994, Jeff Bezos' brainchild Amazon has taken him to the peak of his life, successfully turning him into a wealthy internet king. Under Jeff Bezos' watch, Amazon has become the largest retailer on the web and a model for worldwide internet sales. Today, it is the world's leading e-commerce platform with a net worth of $928 billion. The fact that Bezos started his brainchild in a one-bedroom apartment and today he is the first man to hit the mark of $150 billion should motivate you as an aspiring billionaire to believe that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. As of 2018, Bezos was briefly the richest person in the world, with a net worth of $200 billion. But then Elon Musk took over the spot by gaining $90 billion from Tesla, his electric car company. Bezos didn't stop at Amazon. In 2000, he launched Blue Origin, where he invested $5.5 billion. Blue Origin is a private spaceflight company aiming to develop rockets to launch people and loads into space. Over the years, this company has amassed credits for sending computers into space, and currently it is blossoming with an annual revenue of $48.2 million. Another outstanding innovation by Bezos came in 2018. Bezos launched a $42 million project known as Mountain Clock in Space. In this project, he built a mechanical clock in space to keep accurate time for at least 10,000 years. The clock is on his land in Texas. The 500 feet tall clock is a full-scale prototype clock driven by day and night thermal circles and synced at solar noon. According to Bezos, the clock is a constant reminder about current events to the unborn generations. Even with all this wealth, Jeff Bezos is unlucky with women and marriage. He was married to Mackenzie Scott for 25 years before they announced their divorce in 2019. Notwithstanding, he still made his ex-wife one of the wealthiest women on earth, with a net worth of $55.5 billion. Such a generous man. We often think of billionaires as pompous sets of people that do not take corrections simply because they have enough money to buy the world over. But Bezos is different and humble to the core. He actively seeks his customers' opinions to know their experiences with his products. If there's any complaint, he quickly swings to action and tries to fix it as soon as possible. This attitude of his makes many young entrepreneurs see him as an icon. Let's find out what he does with his billions. When Jeff attained billionaire status newly, he didn't look like he wanted luxury because he preferred to drive in an old-fashioned Honda Accord. But now his garage isn't short of fleets of cars, as our money prince has a vehicle for every occasion. Jeff Bezos never travels in anything other than a classy and luxurious car. Over the years, Bezos has amassed properties worth more than $500 million. He has purchased multiple properties across the country, several apartments in Washington, D.C., New York, a few sprawling estates in California, and a ranch in Texas. As of 2017, he was the 28th largest landowner in the United States, according to Land Report. He also splurged $165 million on his iconic Beverly Hills property, making it the most famous. The property is a mansion of 13,600 square feet, designed in the Georgian style, with a golf course on 10 acres. That's not all. The luxurious parking space has its service and gas station. His $78 million mansion on La Perouse Bay, Maui, holds the record for the most expensive home in Maui. Built in the Hawaiian plantation style, this property contains various buildings, including a 4,500 square foot main house and a 1,700 square foot guest house that spans 14 acres. In February 2022, Jeff Bezos purchased the house owned by a movie tycoon, David Geffen, for $165 million. The property has 13,600 square meters of space, and according to research, that transaction was the biggest carried out in California. The sky is the limit for someone as wealthy as Jeff Bezos. The man doesn't just have one yacht, he has $2 million yachts. If you happen to see one of his yachts named Y721, built by Oceano, you'd know that Bezos is committed to luxury. The $400 million mega super yacht is 136 meters long with its swimming pool, private cinema, spa, massage center, and 11 cabins. If that doesn't scream luxury, I don't know what does. The yacht can accommodate 25 guests and a lavishly decorated interior with golden furniture, which amounts to a worth of $500 million. Man, simply say the boat is a floating palace. The 250-foot support vessel with a helicopter landing pad for Bezos' famous visitors is perhaps the most lavish. This smaller yacht is fully stocked with toys like jet skis, speedboats, luxury vehicles, and maybe even a personal submarine. When he's not cruising in his $1 million mega yacht, he's riding in an all-electric Rivian R1S SUV, a luxurious car model gifted to him by the manufacturer. When it's an opening ceremony or an indoor meeting with other top wealthy lords, Bezos prefers to drive in his limousine, which has a minibar and all the comfy features inside that make it look like a little mansion. If you think that is cool, wait till you see his new private jets, worth $70 million each. The Gulfstream G650ER is a luxury airliner with enormous cabins and the most opulent amenities. They contain several living areas that can be modified for work or leisure, and the bespoke seats transform into comfy beds. Bezos' private jet caused a frenzy in 2021 when he flew to the UN COP26 climate summit in Glasgow, Scotland. Environmentalists criticize the billionaire for the flight's environmental impact, but a representative for the Bezos Earth Fund claims that the billionaire used sustainable aviation fuel and offset all carbon emissions from his flights. Jeff Bezos has always been keen on investing. In 1998, he staked $250,000 into Google shares, which have grown to $3.1 billion. How did he know Google would become so big at a time when the internet wasn't as popular as it is today? Such a genius. Some say Bezos is not a giver, and we know where that is coming from. According to Business Insider, Bezos is the only one of the world's top 5 billionaires who has not signed the Giving Pledge, an initiative that encourages wealthy people to give away the majority of their wealth. But in May 2017, Bezos committed $1 million to the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press, which offers pro bono legal assistance for American journalists. That same year, Bezos tweeted that he needed ideas on philanthropy. At the time of the post, Bezos' lifetime spending on charity was estimated to be $100 million. Bezos pledged $10 billion to combat climate change through the Bezos Earth Fund in February 2020. As expected, several opinion columnists responded by asking Bezos to pay higher wages to Amazon warehouse workers who are reportedly poorly treated. Bezos donated $33 million to the Dream.US, a college scholarship organization for illegal immigrants brought to the United States as youngsters, in January 2018. He also contributed to Breakthrough Energy Ventures, a private philanthropic fund founded by Bill Gates to promote clean energy. That same year, he gave away $10 million to With Honor, a non-partisan organization that works to increase the number of veterans in political office. Jeff Bezos may be keen on building a future for himself and generations by investing so much in businesses, but his humanitarian heart is still open to helping those in need. On July 14, 2021, the Smithsonian Institution announced to the public that it would receive a $200 million donation from Jeff Bezos, the largest gift the institution has received since 1846. $70 million will support the renovation of the National Air and Space Museum, while $130 million will launch a new education center at the museum. When you have $119.9 billion to your name, there's really nothing you can't buy. We may wake up tomorrow to the news that Jeff Bezos has acquired a $500 million mansion to his name or bought a new private jet. Whatever happens, he's not running out of cash, ever.